Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to be playing with some fun things from Spellbinders. And we're going to start off with the wax seal of the month for March 2025. This is the seal here. Comes in this nice box. And I had gotten the must-have wax bead mix along with my seal for the month. So I've got my setup going here. We're going to place the little spoon on top of my tea light. The tea lights come separate. I just grabbed what I had in my house, and I'm going to open up this little pouch, and I'm going to use, I think, 3 whites, maybe 2 whites, and I think we're going to add a gold to it. I think that's going to be nice. So I'm going to let those start to melt. I want to make note of the fact that I have a stain here. This was made with a wax that was from like 20 years ago. Obviously not a Spellbinders brand. It stained the heck out of my mat, but it works perfectly fine. So just know that it was not a Spellbinders wax that did that. Okay, so this is starting to melt. I'm going to grab my little pokey tool here and start to kind of move this around a little bit. Make sure it's really going to melt well. You don't have to do this, but I like to. And once this melts, we will pour it onto our mat. I've got a couple of other videos about the sealed kit by Spellbinders, and you can definitely check those out if you'd like. I'm going to give this another minute, and then we'll pour our wax. Okay, our wax is nice and melted, and I'm going to just start to pour it out. Making kind of a circular motion here. Like so. Don't worry about that little drop. We can either leave it like that or use it later. We can remelt it. And now I'm going to just place this and let gravity do the work. And now I'm going to make one more with what we have left. I think I'll add another gold. Look at that. So we've got that little extra droplet here, and that can actually stay there, or we can kind of snip that off if we want to. But look at how pretty that is. I think that I want to snip it off. I don't really love it. Let's see. And if you ever don't like how a wax seal comes out, you can totally remelt it. So I'm going to take this little piece and just put it back into the dish. But that looks really pretty. We're going to make one more though. We are ready to pour another bit of wax here. And again, I'm going to take this and just place it in, just like gravity, push it down. Just like that. And if you want, you can use this excess to make like little embellishments or make some more seals, whatever. I sometimes like to just get it hot again, pour it out, and then just save it so that I can use it in the future for other seals. Just want to carefully lift that up. This one came out even better. Look at that. That is so pretty. Look at that detail. That's awesome. I love that. Earlier this month, I was experimenting with this BetterPress plate of the month for March 2025. It's called Quilted Memories, and it is stunning. You can see just how beautiful it is on the packaging, but when you actually use the BetterPress itself, it's just amazing. So I used cotton cardstock for this, and I used one of my favorite Kaleidacolor ink pads, Tahiti, and I just had this panel sitting around for a while, and I said, you know what, I've got to use this before March is up. I really just wanted to show you how pretty these colors are, especially with this BetterPress plate. So I thought it would work really well if we use the white and the gold wax seal with it. Isn't that nice? But we need something else, right? It can't just be that. need more. So I thought that I would use the large die of the month from March 2025 and die cut a couple of these flowers and some foliage. I already had these leaves pre-cut out of a nice olive green cardstock, and I have this scrap of excess, I don't even know what it is. I don't remember what this ink mess is, but I really like it. It was from some project. I don't know if I spilled something. I don't know if I sprayed something, but it's everywhere, and I picked it all up because why let it go to waste? So I thought that this area here, this mottled yellow area, would be perfect for these flowers. So I'm going to die cut that, and we're going to see if we want to arrange these with the seal. Okay, so here are the pieces. It's a little too big to go in the center of the flower, obviously. You could make a smaller seal and just use part of it, but I wanted to use the whole thing. But this looks pretty. This is a nice little arrangement. I think that we need our centers, obviously, but I kind of like how this is looking. And then we can add a sentiment, right? That's cute. I don't know how I got soot over here, but we can try and hide it. Maybe I can erase that. I managed to erase the soot, which is great. And I grabbed the floral centers and I die cut them out of orange, but I feel like it needs a little bit of depth. So I have Crackling Campfire Distress ink here, and I'm going to very carefully add just a bit with my Waffle Flower blending brushes. Just a little. See that? It just makes them pop more. I feel like I might want to do that to the foliage, not the foliage, the florals as well. I grabbed Wild Honey, and I think that that's going to work out nicely. Just a little bit on the edges. These shader brushes are great. They really just put down a whole lot of ink. I'm zooming in for you really quickly. But it's nice and soft too. See, just a little bit. See the difference? That just makes it. And it takes no time to do. And if you don't want to do this, that's okay too. You certainly don't need to. It looked cool before because, again, I used that paper that had that mottled kind of look to it from whatever it was that I picked up. Okay. That's cute. All right, so now it's time to glue our pieces together. We're going to arrange them a little bit better than this, but I think that that's looking pretty sweet so far. I've adhered the centers to the flowers, and now what I'm doing is just adhering the foliage to the BetterPress panel because I want those to be flat. And then the wax seal will also be flat, but obviously it has dimension in and of itself. But I want to pop up the flowers. So now I'm going to just adhere my wax seal. I think I want, yeah, we're going to go this way. Like so. And now I'm going to pop up the flowers with two different depths of foam tape. I have 1 millimeter and I have 3 millimeter from scrapbook.com. And I want to make sure I don't put the foam where the seal is, obviously. That's good. And that should be good. So put this down, and then we'll use the 3 millimeter foam tape for the little flower, and that will be raised up even more. Nice. Okay. Now I have the 3 millimeter. I really like these strips. They cut really well. The release paper comes off easily. and I like how thin they are. One more little piece, and we'll be good to go. And then we're going to just add our sentiment and put this on a card base. So if you want to see how the BetterPress works, I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but I do have some videos. I have a playlist for BetterPress because I know I didn't show how I made this panel, but you'll be able to see that in other videos. So there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to move this away. This is trash. And we're going to get our sentiments out. I'm going to zoom out because I am going to grab my binder with my sentiments and see what works. And by the way, for the extra wax seals that I have, I just keep them in a little plastic container for later use. So don't get rid of these if you like them. Just put them in something where they're protected. Okay, so let's see. Thinking I want something small and similar in color to this teal or this blue here. And I kind of like these. These are from the Bestie sentiments from Spellbinders. I like that it's kind of small. That's too low. Do I want it to overlap? That might be nice if it overlaps so it has some connection. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. I think that looks good. Okay. But I do think that I'll pop it up with the 1mm. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that is popped up. Yeah. That's so pretty. Okay, so I did not trim this down. It's going to be the full size of the card. And now I've got my Artis craft glue, and the only reason I'm using this instead of the Barely Art is because the nozzle on this is a little fatter, so more glue comes out. Here we go. That's really pretty. That's it. That's our card for today. I love all of the texture, not just from the wax seal, but also the lines that are in the die, as well as, of course, the fabulous texture from the BetterPress plate. So that's it for me today. I hope you like this video. I love these happy springy colors. And yeah, that's it. I will see you all very soon with another video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.